Welcome everyone. Welcome to this practice for our inner spring. So when you are ready, we're going to begin by coming to a comfortable seat. Just having a few moments here to center ourselves and really arrive at this practice today. Use props if you need something to sit on perhaps, and then just let your hands find somewhere to rest on the body in some place, whatever feels right in this moment. Close down your eyes, relax into your jaw. Let there be just a little separation between the teeth. And begin to notice your breath. Noticing how the air just gently travels in through the nose. Maybe there's a slight coolness. And how it gently travels out through the nose. Perhaps noticing a feeling of warmth just brushing across the upper lip. Just noticing today how the breath feels, how it flows. Does it move freely, or does it feel like it's becoming stuck anywhere? No judgment, just bringing awareness. Seeing if you could encourage the breath now to begin its journey down towards the belly as you inhale, feeling the belly expand, shifting up into the lower chest, up towards the upper chest, and exhaling to release completely. Let's just take 2 more full breaths like that. Inhale, belly, lower chest, upper chest. Exhale, release. 1 more. Beautiful. Letting your head now just begin to fall forwards. And let it start to gently rock from side to side. So the chin just rolling across the chest, just bringing the ear towards the shoulder and then coming over to the other side. Noticing how the neck feels here. And if it feels good, maybe taking your head into a full circle. If there's any pinching in the neck at all here, just staying with those gentle half circles. If you are moving through a full circle, coming in both directions now. And then settling back into neutral and beginning to move into the upper body. So we're just going to start to kind of rock the upper body from side to side. And then turning this into a circling motion. So coming forwards towards one of your knees and then leaning the body back, beginning to really start to explore your physical body. Making the circles as small or as big as you would like to. Perhaps keeping those eyes closed to really invite that awareness of sensation. Turning now to bring the circle back the opposite way. Lovely. And then settling back to a neutral spine, sitting up tall, lifting the heart, lifting the gaze. Let the shoulders melt away from the ears. With an exhalation, rounding into your spine, drop your chin towards your chest and hug your navel in. Inhale, tipping forwards on the pelvis, lift, shine the heart. Exhale, rounding. Taking 3 more. And then coming back through neutral here. taking the arms down towards the earth, either side of the legs, and then shining the palms up for the sky. As you do that, really try and roll the shoulders up and back. Reaching the hands now overhead, take a big circle, palms come to meet, and then we exhale, turning the palms outwards, pressing the hands back down towards the earth. So continuing with a little bit of movement through the spine. As you inhale and lift the palms, lift the heart, lift the gaze. And as you exhale and press the hands up, back down, we round into the upper back, dropping chin to chest. Continuing with your breath here. Lovely. So pausing the next time the hands come down to the earth and sitting back to a neutral spine. Right palm presses down as we inhale, reach the left arm up for the sky. So find some length and then gently floating over, taking that little bend towards the right side. Inhale, lift, sweeping back up. Exhale, floating down. So a lovely flowing, fluid movement. Inhale, last one. Exhale, floating back down. Now letting the up hand come all the way down towards the floor. We're going to walk the hands around in front of us, pausing in the center. Inhale up onto your fingertips, lift your heart. Exhale, just take a little bow, a little fold, drop the head. Inhaling as you ripple your way back up to sit, continuing to walk the hands over, planting that left hand as you inhale, reaching right arm up. So really looking for length, reach for your fingertips. And then slowly, slowly folding over to the left side. So again, finding that flow as you inhale, lift as you exhale, gently leaning. 2 more. Again, letting that upper arm travel all the way down as we begin to circle the hands in front. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, little fold, little bowing of the head. Rounding through the spine as you come back up to sit, and then taking your hands behind you, extending the legs. Have a little wiggle out of your toes, your ankles. And then planting the feet. Just going to turn so you can see. Hands behind, planting the feet flat, about hip distance apart. And then pressing through the ground as you lift the hips, squeeze the bottom, lift the gaze. Beautiful. And then calming back down. Sweeping legs over to one side, we're going to come onto our hands and knees. And as soon as you get there, just start to explore it. Start to move in whatever way your body is asking you to. Spreading through your fingers, really finding that firm foundation through the hands. Push the ground away. And then explore. So this time in our cycle is all about freedom, play, that childlike exploration, investigating. What can my body do now? What feels good? What feels pleasurable? Flow, play, move. And then letting yourself now just settle to explore cat-cow. Inhaling as you lift the gaze, let the belly drop, sit bones reaching for the sky. And then as you exhale, tilting tailbone under, pushing through the hands, hug the navel in. Inhale, rippling through the spine, shine the heart forwards, maybe a smile. Exhale, rounding. Last one. And then as you round into this exhalation, release tops of the feet if they're tucked, and send your hips back towards your heels, coming for a moment to rest in the child's pose. So we might take the hands, the arms into a diamond shape here. You might want to bring some support underneath. You might want to stack the hands and rest the forehead on top. If possible, find somewhere for your head to connect to. And then just let yourself be heavy here for a moment, perhaps inviting a little movement, a little rocking into the hips. And then with an inhale, rising up, bringing just a little bit of weight over the wrists, tucking your toes as you exhale, sitting back towards the heels. Inhale, hover forwards. Exhale, sitting back. Last one. Coming now to a neutral tabletop position. Bringing left hand slightly into center. Inhale, sweep the right arm up to the sky. And then thread it underneath the left arm, lowering down to right shoulder, right ear. So we may be just settling the left arm down to the floor. You may wish to work with a little more rotation, opening through the chest by pressing the fingertips down to the earth and feeling that you're trying to lift your heart up towards that left shoulder. Perhaps wrapping your left arm behind your back. So back of the hand to rest towards the back, or we're reaching around, perhaps taking a grip of the inner right thigh. The energy here is to lift that left shoulder towards the sky. Carefully releasing if the arm's wrapped. Slowly bringing the hand back down. Sweeping right arm out again, lift it up for the sky. And then sinking hips back, extending both arms out in front this time. Just keeping the head lifted, maybe come up onto your fingertips, nice little lengthening out into the spine. And then back up to hands and knees as we change sides. So this time, right hand a little into center as you lift that left arm up. And then threading left arm under right, going down to left shoulder. Maybe just resting your right arm down to the floor. Maybe pressing the ground away to work into that rotation. Maybe sending the arm behind the back. And then carefully releasing, again lifting up to extend both arms and sink the hips back. Inhaling, hands and knees. Inhaling, hands and knees. Just beginning to circle a little bit into the hips here. And then tucking your toes under. Take a big breath as you lift the hips and press the sit bones back. So we're going to keep a big bend into the knees here and begin to walk or pedal into the legs. Maybe a little glance out underneath each armpit. Lovely. Left foot just coming slightly into center now as we inhale, sweeping the right leg up and back, looking forwards and taking a big step towards the front of the mat. So it doesn't matter here where the leg gets to. We're going to lower the back knee and we can just start to shuffle that right foot forwards, coming into a lunge. So using the hands either side of the foot for some support. And then just starting to move into this lunge. So we might be just rocking forwards and backwards. We might invite a little more of a circling into the hips. You might like to just wriggle that right foot over to the right side a little bit more and explore rocking the hips a little bit side to side. So making this yours. Really investigate with that kind of beginner's mind, however experienced a yoga practitioner you are. Lovely. The leg is out wide now, just wriggling it back into center. Shifting the hips back for a hamstring stretch here. So you may wish to keep your foot flat. It might feel good in your body to draw the toes back towards you. It might feel good to explore a little rotation here of the leg. Always making this practice yours. Lovely. And then releasing, walking the hands around to the inner side of that right leg, tucking your back toes, and we're going to start to pivot around. So just lifting your back knee, walking the hands around and adjusting the angle of the feet as you do. So walking the hands all the way now over towards the other side, maybe lowering the hips a little bit or keeping them high. Again, honoring your body and what feels good here. Walking back to the other side and just gently exploring that movement side to side. Again, inviting a sense of flow, a playfulness and investigation, moving in whatever way you want to. There's no rules here. Explore, close your eyes, climb inside the sensation. And then coming back over to the opposite side that we started, walking the hands back round, so turning back now towards the short edge of the mat, pivoting on the feet and lowering the back knee down. And again, having some time here to explore on this side. So we might be rocking forwards and backwards. We might be circling into the hips. You might walk that left foot a little further over to the edge of the mat. Noticing this side feels any different. And then wriggling the foot back into center if it's out to the edge of your mat, and sinking hips back for your hamstring stretch. So again, maybe the toes are flat, maybe toes are lifted, maybe there's a big bend in the knee, maybe the leg is straight. Doesn't matter what it looks like here, it's all about what it feels like. Breathing into any tension. Maybe adding that rotation, just moving slow. Lovely. And then easing forwards once more. Walking the hands again around to the long edge of your mat. Tucking back toes, pick up that back knee and begin to walk back to center. So here, pausing in the middle, hands down to the earth, toes now pointing forwards. Inhale, really lengthening through the spine. We might come right up onto finger points. And then with an exhalation, just taking a little fold. Knees can be as bent as they need to be. You can change the angle of the feet. Lovely, guys. And then walking your feet in a little bit closer, nice big bend into your knees. We're going to bring the hands up onto the thighs. Slowly, slowly uncurling, rounding through the spine as we come all the way up to stand. Looping the shoulders up, back and down. Just take that a couple of times. Yeah. Turning palms face forward, maybe walking the feet in a little bit more, coming to Samastitihi, equal standing position. And then with a softness in your knees, we're just going to start to gently bob up and down. Let your arms now become heavy, relax, maybe a little more of a curve into the fingers. And allow those arms to really start to move all by themselves, making your bouncing, your shaking a little bit bigger. Let the breath go. Really working now to move any stagnant energy, any blockages in the body. Notice if there's anywhere that you're holding back or holding on. Maybe give a little movement to the head. Maybe open the mouth wide, take a couple of really big breaths out, make some sound. Starting to take up a little bit more space. Let the bouncing become a little bit smaller, a little bit gentler, until you softly settle back into stillness. Pausing there just to be aware of that tingling, of the feeling of the body really becoming alive now. Maybe you feel this in your fingertips, your palms. Maybe you feel this at your heart, your face, your belly. Breathing deep. Beautiful. And then blinking eyes open with a smile on your face. Inhale, reach the arms up for the sky. As you exhale, bend your knees, throw it away. Big sigh out through the mouth. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, let it go. Last one. Lovely. Arms coming overhead. Palms come to meet. And let them settle in front of your heart. Pausing there. Honoring this rising, bubbling, expansive energy within you. Coming now down to our Malasana squat or yogi squat. So walking the feet out a little bit wider, toes turning out. If the knees and hips are happy here, and you know this is available in your body, you can just gently sink down. Otherwise, if we're cautious at all here, just find your way down to the floor, however you need to get there. Grabbing something to sit on, maybe a block, a bolster, or a cushion. Bringing it underneath the bottom. Sitting yourself up tall and then taking the legs out wide. Bringing the arms inside of the legs, palms come to meet. As we reach the heart towards the hands and bring the hands back towards the heart. The knees are gently pressing in towards the elbows and the elbows are pressing out. So there's a strong connection between the palms. Connecting each one of your fingertips and then really working to lift and broaden across the chest. Each inhalation lengthening up through your spine, growing through the crown of the head, and each exhalation rooting down sacrum towards the earth, really becoming aware of that connection between the feet and the ground beneath you. Just letting everything settle now. comfy, blinking eyes open. Sitting back to the floor, so just releasing any props. Sitting back, leaning into the hands. Take your feet wide and let your knees drop together. Constructive rest here. Maybe rocking the legs side to side in a windshield wiper action. Beautiful. Swinging the legs now over to one side as we make our way down onto our backs. When you get there, just have a little wriggle around. And then planting feet flat to the floor, about hip distance apart. The arms resting down by the sides. Bringing awareness now down to your pelvis. And with an inhalation, I want you to scoop your tailbone under. So you're lifting the pubic bone and hugging the belly in. A little squeeze of the bottom now as we lift the hips up for the sky. And then gently lowering on an exhalation, letting the back settle, and then a little tilt forwards of the pelvis. You might feel your lower back just slightly lift away from the floor. Inhale, scooping tailbone under, press into the heels, squeeze the bottom, lift. And then gently lowering, tilting forwards. Taking 3 more now like that, your pace. Lovely, and then just letting your lower back settle now. We're going to carefully draw the knees in towards the chest, keeping the legs out wide. So a couple of options, either bring the hands to rest behind the back of the knees, drawing the legs nice and wide and at the same time drawing them in towards the body. Or beginning to work towards happy baby here by taking the arms inside of the legs, reaching down to grip the outer edges of the feet. So you can hold it here, just holding onto the feet with the heels towards the bottom, or beginning to lift the soles of the feet up for the ceiling, just gently drawing down with the hands. If you notice the tailbone begins to curl up away from the floor, just gently encourage it to press down into the mat. Just take a couple of breaths. Feel the shoulders settle down to the earth. And then letting the legs flow up for the ceiling. Little movement, maybe a cycling action. And then dropping feet flat down to the floor. Step them wide and let the knees knock together. Maybe just placing the hands to the body and having an opportunity here just to tune in. In your own time now, releasing to Shavasana. We're going to take a lovely full breath now as we draw the hands into fists, point the toes, screw the face up. Squeeze, 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 and then just let everything release down. The weight of the body dropping down into the earth. Taking this opportunity now just to be. sensations now as you welcome a waking energy to the breath. A wiggling of fingers and toes, a full body stretch. And then hugging knees in to carefully roll over onto your side. Pause there for a little embrace. And then pressing ground away as you return to sit. As placing the hands to the heart. Reclosing the eyes if they've come open. And to honor this transition from our very inward focused state into a much more outward focused way of being. We're going to send out some love into the world. So just repeating after me, you can say it out loud or in your mind. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhinu bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free. And may the thoughts, words and actions of my own life in some way contribute to that happiness and freedom for all. Namaste. Thank you, everyone.